To another episode of my Pokemon Battle Series, The School of Hard Knocks. Throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Rating Battle Ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of this year's VGC 2017 season. So, we're going to continue on using the Vikavolt team that we've been using yesterday and throughout last week, and continue on with that. Like I say, I'm still having a lot of fun with the team. We're climbing up the ladder, so hopefully I'm not jinxing today's episode. And we'll just see how we get on with it. I have got a team review episode kind of planned. I've got a new team kind of lined up for when we kind of put this one to bed, but until then we might have another couple of days with this team, or see it through to the end of the week and see where we can get on the ladder anyway. But we have our first opponent, and he is from Spain with a rating of 1540, I think, and they are running a team of Tapu Koko, Kartana, Nihilego, Whimsicott, Politoed and Porygon 2. So how are we going to set up against this? He's obviously got the Kartana, the double beast with Kartana and the Nihilego there. The Whimsicott has the Prankster ability, so it might be a bit problematic. Also, the Tapu Koko, the Kartana and the Nihilego all put a lot of pressure onto my Tapu Fini. But my Garchomp doesn't do badly against those. We just have to be careful against the Politoed and the Porygon 2 when if we bring the Garchomp. So, how are we going to set this up? So, I'd imagine my opponent, let's think. I wouldn't be surprised if the Kartana comes out as a lead here with the Tapu Koko. So let's think. So I might lead Garchomp, Talonflame. Do I want to bring the Vikavolt? I feel like I want to bring Kartana, to be honest. Kartana's really strong here. Do I need Tapu Fini here? If I don't bring Tapu Fini, he's got a lot that can hit Tapu Fini hard, so I might actually just end up bringing the Vikavolt. Just in case he sets a Trick Room up maybe with the Porygon 2. It's not likely that he will. It doesn't look like he's got a Trick Room mode there. Obviously there is options for the Trick Room, and take advantage of that with the Politoed possibly. Nihilego could carry it, but these are just options we've got to keep in mind. So let's go into the battle and see what happens. We're going to lead it off with our Garchomp and Talonflame, and my opponent is going to send out the Nihilego and the Whimsicott. So what are we going to see here? Obviously the Nihilego straight away is putting a lot of pressure onto my Talonflame with the Power Gem. But in the same respect, we're putting a lot of pressure on the Nihilego with Garchomp and the Earthquake. What I might do here is, I'd expect the Whimsicott probably to set a Tailwind up, possibly, and the Nihilego to protect here. So I might just Earthquake and go for a... I don't really want to break the sash on the Talonflame. I'm not going to be outspeeding the Whimsicott to get the taunt off first, so I'm just going to Supersonic Sky Strike into it. Because it's priority, we should be moving before that Nihilego if it doesn't protect, and we should be taking that Whimsicott down to its sash if it is sashed. If it's not sashed, we may be able to take it out before it can get a move off. So, as we see, we are going to get the Supersonic Sky Strike off before anything else on the field moves. So, pending the item on that Whimsicott, if it is sashed, I would think it is probably sashed, we probably won't be able to take it out in one clean shot. But Talonflame will get the Supersonic Sky Strike off onto the Whimsicott, and yeah, it is sashed. So we do take it down to its sash, but this means that the Nihilego isn't sashed. Whimsicott sets a Tailwind up, so we could potentially pick up a double KO here if the Garchomp can get the Earthquake off. The Nihilego has gone for the Hidden Power Ice onto Garchomp. Oh, is that a critical hit? It is, because we're Assault Vest Garchomp, which is super unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. So we would have lived that otherwise, but the critical hit there kind of caught us unaware of guard. Now, what have we got here to bring in? I think I'm going to bring in my Cortana at this point. We really need the Garchomp because obviously he's probably got the Tapu Koko on the back as well. So it would have been nice to kind of have the Garchomp stick around for that. But these things happen, so we'll just see what we can do. So here, putting a lot of pressure onto the Nihilego, obviously with our Cortana. So I think what I'm going to do is go for a Smart Strike into the Nihilego. He's had the Beast Boost as well. So I think I'm going to have to go for the Smart Strike into the Nihilego and go for a Brave Bird into the Whimsicott. Because that Whimsicott could just go for a double up into the Cortana. I don't want to substitute in front of it. I could have protected with my Talonflame here. And now we're going to see the fake tears come out from the Whimsicott onto the Cortana. We will get a Brave Bird off and get rid of the Whimsicott, but the likelihood is our Cortana is probably going to go down to a Beast Boosted Life Orb Hidden Part Ice from the Nihilego, which is a bit unfortunate. So we see it's actually a Power Gem. It's for the stab, yeah, and that picks up the KR onto the Cortana. So we are not in a very good position at all. My opponent's in a Tailwind. That critical hit has really kind of just skewed the whole battle up. So if he hadn't got the critical hit there, I would have been able to Earthquake. I would have killed the Nihilego. The Whimsicott was on its sash, so would have picked up the KO there, and he would have had the Tapu Koko on whatever else he's got on the back to bring in. But now the Nihilego is on +2 with the Life Orb in a Tailwind, so we're not in the best of positions at all. There's not a lot we can do really. So I think I'll go for a String Shot here. Match seems to be taking ages. I hope the connection hasn't dropped out. Right, here we go. So yeah, as I was saying, I think I might go for a... well... See, even going for a String Shot here is not really going to do me any good. And I'm not going to be outspeeding anything with my... I think I'm going to just go for a Thunderbolt into the Nihilego, and I'm going to protect my Talonflame. But we're not looking in a good spot at all. So get the Protect off with the Talonflame. I'd imagine a Power Gem will come out onto the Vikavolt though, pick up the KO there, and yeah, here we go. So there's not really a lot I can do now. Yeah, and that is game, so there is no coming back now. So that's super unfortunate. We got a really bad roll that first turn, but you know, those things happen, and you just have to kind of take it and move on. We didn't have much else to deal with the rest of the team outside of the Garchomp anyway, so I'm not going to forfeit. I'm going to let my opponent KO my poor Talonflame, and we will call that a game there. So the Tapu Koko is going to finish this off with a T-Bolt, and that will be that. So that is super unfortunate, but good games to my opponent. Played it out very well from setting up that Tailwind turn 1, so we can't really complain too much about that. And we will just forget about it, brush it off, and go on to the next game. It's annoying though. I know it's annoying. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's like, you know, it happens. And it will always happen. You'll get it all the time in Pokemon. Like, the years I've played Pokemon, and that sort of thing happens. You've just got to just accept that that is going to happen at some point, you know. You can only do so much to kind of get around those sort of things sometimes. And... you know, it might be worth going back and looking at other aspects of the match and seeing if we could have done anything differently. Maybe protecting the Cortana to stall at the tail room when we first brought it in, rather than let it get the fake tears up anyway. But we'll not go on to that. So we've got our next opponent from the USA, Justin, with a interesting team of Alolan Ninetales, Garchomp, Tapu Koko, Cortana, Snorlax, and Tapu Fini. So this is quite a common core at the minute. And what are we going to do? Obviously the Snorlax is there as an anti-Trick Room deterrent. I'd imagine the Ninetales will have Aurora Veil just to kind of bulk up the rest of the team. I think what I might do here is... Right, let's think. I like Cortana a lot in this matchup. We just got to be a bit careful around the Tapu Koko and the opposing Cortana. But we do have... Yeah, I'm going to lead off Cortana. And... What else can I lead? I don't... I might actually, yeah. I'm going to lead Cortana and Talonflame here. I'm going to bring Garchomp in the back, and I think I'll round things up with my Tapu Fini. And we'll lock in with those 4. Nihilego might be nice here, but the Cortana's putting on a lot of pressure onto it. The Garchomp as well. I just feel like those 4 may... The ones I've chosen may do a better job. But we'll see how we get on. Not got a tilt from that last game. Alright, let's see what my opponent is led off with here. So Justin's going to lead off with the Tapu Koko and Cortana. And we will lead off with our Cortana and our Talonflame. So, we're in a bit of a checkmate situation here where the Tapu Koko is threatening our Talonflame, but our Talonflame is threatening the opponent's Cortana. Because a Supersonic Sky Strike will do, it, depending on the build of the Cortana and if it's sashed or not, it potentially has a good percentage to pick up that 1-hit KO. So I could potentially go for that and then just attack into the Koko with my Cortana. But then my opponent can just protect the Cortana. But the likelihood is it might be Assault Vested. What am I going to do here? I think what I'll do is just protect my Cortana. And I am going to go for the Supersonic Sky Strike into my opponent's Cortana. Try and get that move off. It might mean that I do sack my Talonflame this turn. But if it means a trade-off for the Cortana, it'll not be too bad, because then at least we've got rid of one big threat to the team. Because a combination of my opponent's Cortana and Tapu Koko will be able to handle my Garchomp quite well. So we'll see if we can pick up the KO here. But as I say, it does depend on the build of this Cortana. Yeah, so we're just going to miss out, which is a bit unfortunate. So my opponent's Cortana goes for the Sacred Sword into my Cortana. Tapu Koko goes for a T-Bolt into my Talonflame and picks up the KO. So I am now going to bring in my Garchomp. But I can't freely just Earthquake here, so I've not set this up as well as I probably could have done. What can we do here? I think what I'm going to do is go for a Leaf Blade into the Tapu Koko, and I'm just going to Fire Fang into the Cortana. Hopefully a combination of a Dazzling Gleam and potentially Leaf Blade onto my Garchomp isn't enough to pick up the KO. But we do see the Ninetales come in for the Cortana, so we'll get the Snow Warning up. Oh no! Terrible. So, my internet, I don't know if it's my internet, possibly my internet has dropped out, which is disastrous. This is super annoying. Sorry about this, guys. So, we see a double switch from my opponent here. He brings in the Snorlax. It's not really going to matter too much, because I think the game is going to drop out as soon as these moves are finished. We'll take a round of hail damage. Yeah, and the game drops out, which is super unfortunate. So, super sorry about this, guys. We'll go straight back in. I think it was my end. This episode's getting worse and worse as we go on. We'll try and possibly edit it, depending on how long a time frame this goes on for. I might edit some of this out, but if it's not too bad, then I'll just leave it. And I'll obviously have a bit of a chance to chat to you about the other things that I've got going on at the minute. So I've had it, like I said, I think in yesterday's episode, I had a few requests to build around Celesteela, and I've had a few other requests to build Trick Room team as well. So I've kind of put the 2 and 2 together, and I have created a team. So like I say, we might finish this week with this team and then get on to that next week, depending how it goes with this team for the rest of the week. I've also got another mini series going on at the minute, which is like a QR code showcase series. So I'm basically going onto the Global Link website and selecting highly rated QR code teams and featuring them on the channel, just to kind of show you guys some of the top rated teams that are being played at the moment. So check that out. There was an episode last night, so I'm going to do those Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so keep an eye out for those. And obviously as well, guys, like any feedback from the stuff that I'm doing is like greatly appreciated. I'm just trying to put content out that kind of appeals to you guys, so anything at all. If there's any teams that you want to see built as well, stuff that you want, like certain Pokemon you want teams built around, obviously just get in touch as well and let me know, and we can have a look at trying to do that in the future at some point. But at the minute, like I say, I am enjoying playing this team. We've not had the best of starts today. We have had the first loss, the big crit in that game, which kind of cost us going forward, and then we've just had a disconnect, which is super annoying. So hopefully it's not too long for us to find an opponent, and then we'll get back on track. But it's tarnished our record, so that'll be 2 losses today. I think obviously for dropping out, we're going to take a loss for that last game. Don't know how it would have turned out, but regardless, like the bell strikes, we've got our next opponent. So see their team. They are running a team of Kartana, Arcanine, Garchomp, Tapu Koko, Alolan Ninetales and Tapu Fini. So not too dissimilar from the team that we've just played. I think maybe just the Arcanine over the Snorlax, but I could be wrong. So what are we going to do this time around? I think what we might do is lead off with Nihilego. I am going to bring Nihilego just because of that Arcanine, and I think I'll lead Nihilego and Talonflame, just to give some protection in case my opponent leads with that Kartana. I definitely want to bring my Garchomp. And do I need Tapu Fini here? Or do I want to bring Kartana? Tapu Fini is probably... oh, I don't know. Yeah. But then if I don't bring my Kartana, I've not got a lot to kind of deal. Well, I guess I'm going to have to be really careful with my Nihilego, because that'll be my only real way of getting around the Tapu Fini. Let's think. 5, 4. I'm going to go with Kartana here. I'm going to lock him with Kartana. I just think that Kartana might provide a bit more offensive support in the whole scheme of things. So we'll see how we get on anyway. And I have no idea what song selection I've picked here, but we'll go with it. It's crunch time. So my opponent's going to lead off with the Ninetales and Tapu Fini, and we will lead off with our Nihilego and our Talonflame. Okay, so straight away we need to be really aware that Tapu Fini has the potential to take out my Talonflame with a Muddy Water. I wonder if a Supersonic Sky Strike and a Sludge Bomb would be enough to KO that Tapu Fini. I think it might be, you know. Even though we'll get the Supersonic Sky Strike off if the Ninetales goes for the Aurora Veil, but we will hopefully do enough damage with the Supersonic Sky Strike to be able to pick up enough damage so the Sludge Bomb, even after the Aurora Veil, picks up the KO onto it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to double into the Tapu Fini here. The Ninetales withdraws. You see the Kartana come out. and we will get the Supersonic Sky Strike off, which will hit this Tapu Fini, hopefully for about 50% damage, and then fingers crossed we can pick up the rest of the damage and pick up the KO with that Sludge Bomb from the Nihilego, and then kind of combine that with a Beast Boost as well. So let's see, crunch time. Yeah, we do a massive chunk of damage to the Tapu Fini with that Supersonic Sky Strike, and that is definitely going to be enough to pick up the KO. So that is not a bad start at all. So obviously now that Kartana is putting on a lot of pressure onto my Nihilego, but we're in the same respect, we're putting on a lot of pressure onto the Kartana with our Talonflame, because we are outspeeding it by 1 point at the moment. Even though our Gale Winds has just been broke by the hail, we're still going to be able to pick up a Flare Blitz before it can move. So we are protecting our Nihilego, but we do need to be careful, obviously, because that, let's think, because it could be a sashed. Oh no, it won't be a Sash Kartana because its Sash is broken. So I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb into the Ninetales, and I'm going to Flare Blitz. It could be a Scarfed Kartana, actually. So, that's something I didn't think about. It could be Scarfed Kartana. So I think just to be a bit careful around this, I'm going to protect my Nihilego and go for a Flare Blitz into Kartana. Just being a bit precarious whether it's Scarfed or not. So we'll soon find out. So we're going to protect with Nihilego. Kartana is Scarfed. It does go for the Smart Strike into the Nihilego, so we called that right. And we will get the Flare Blitz off onto the Kartana and pick up the KO. So that is really nice. So we're sitting in not too bad a position at the moment. So my opponent's down to his last two. The Ninetales does go for the Aurora Veil, so he will be bolstering those defenses. But we're still going to be outspeeding that Ninetales with our Talonflames, so we're not in too bad a spot. So let's see what my opponent's last Pokemon is. And it is the Garchomp. Okay. So we can't protect, obviously, with our Nihilego here. But what have we got in the back? Let's just check what we've got to kind of cover things. So we have got the Kartana and the Garchomp, so we should be alright. I think I'm going to prioritise getting rid of this Garchomp now. We know it's not Scarf because the Kartana was, so I'm going to Hidden Power Ice into the Garchomp, and I'm just going to Brave Bird into the Garchomp as well. And hopefully, because even though the Aurora Veil is up, hopefully a combination of those two moves, because we have had a Beast Boost with the Nihilego, hopefully that will be enough to kind of just pick up the KO on the Garchomp. Obviously if it's Assault Vest, it'll be a different story. Ooh, we're not doing too much damage with the Brave Bird there, but enough. Hopefully it is enough, so we'll soon find out. Ninetales will go for the Blizzard. And we'll pick up the KO onto the Talonflame, and we will go for the Hidden Power onto the Garchomp. So here we go. Is it going to be? And it is just enough, so that's brilliant. And we will get another Beast Boost to boot. So we're sitting in pretty nice position here with our Kartana to bring in now, and our Nihilego on +2 on the field. And my opponent's down to his last one. So it looks as though we will finish this battle up in not too bad. This episode, not too bad fashion anyway. So I am going to go for a Sludge Bomb into the Ninetales and just a Smart Strike into the Ninetales. Just double up into it. So pending no crits here, we should be alright. So get the Smart Strike off, we win the speed tie. We'll take the Ninetales down to its Sash. And we'll see a Blizzard come out from the Ninetales. Obviously no freezes because of the Misty Terrain being present on the field, and we'll get a Sludge Bomb and take the game. So that is great. So good games to my opponent there. I think we just made the better calls on the big threats there, like the Tapu Fini turn 1, getting rid of that, and then kind of just snowballing from there. So that kind of that just shows how the team can kind of pick up momentum, and it is quite offensive with that Talonflame. It obviously put in a lot of work there. Obviously chipping the guard that chomped down enough after the Aurora Veil was up to pick up the kill with the Hidden Part Ice as well. So yeah, not a bad end to a pretty slow start to the episode. So guys, we'll wrap things up there and we'll leave this until tomorrow. So we will come back tomorrow, hopefully kind of pick up again. But as I always say, if you've enjoyed the episode, leave a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and you'll get all the daily updates with when these videos come out. So School of Hard Knocks episodes come out, the QR code side series thing that I'm doing, and more importantly, the next team review episode that will be coming up. So we'll either do this at the very end of this week, or we'll do it at the very start of next week. So either Monday or Friday this week. Monday next week, Friday this week. So either one of those days, and we'll start with a new team going into next week. As always, guys, I'll just quickly remember to mention that there is a QR code for this team. I have put it on the last 2 episodes. There is a link in the description for the QR code. So if you want to try this team out on BattleSpot, there is a link to that in the description. Go ahead, try it out, and let me know what you think of it. If you've got any questions about it, as always, just leave them in the section below. But I will not drag this on any longer, and I will let you get away to enjoy the rest of the evening. So thanks for watching, guys, and until tomorrow, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.